Hey guys, welcome back. So good to see you. I know I have been away for a wee while, but I am back. I have got everything on track, and as you can see behind me, I have got my studio all set up and ready to go. So I wanted to get into this and get recording for you guys. So today I'm going to be doing a foundation review. So I got sent some samples for these MakeSense Original Foundation by the SeneGence. I don't really know exactly how to say that, but so I got sent these by Maree Morris, who's here in Dunedin, or actually in Palmerston, and so I have been using the LipSense lipsticks. Like, I often use them for brides and stuff because the colours stay on, so you put it on and it just stays on. You actually it's really hard to get off, but the good thing with it is you just pop a lip gloss over top of it and you're good to go again. So I really like them because it doesn't, you know, rub off onto your glass and when you kiss your partner and all that kind of thing. So I find them really good when I'm doing people's makeup. And so she sent me some samples of these foundations to try, and so let's get into it and see how they go. Okay, so a little bit of information about the product. So they are oil-free, waterproof and long-lasting liquid foundation. It's for any skin type and has like an SPF type shield in it as well, and apparently it adapts to your skin pigment. So it comes in 10 shades, and the colours that I've got here, going off of this chart, I think I'm going to be trying this ivory one. So this looks more like a pinkier undertone, and I don't exactly have a tan or anything at the moment, so it is the lightest pinky undertone. So we'll give this one a whirl. So I don't know much about whether I'm meant to be using a primer or anything under this, but I want to give it the best test that I can, so I'm just going to do everything else like I normally do. I've been using this primer now for a couple of weeks, and I'm actually really liking it. It feels really beautiful on the skin, and yeah, definitely seeing a difference between my, you know, the primer that I was using anyway. So it's definitely helping, which is great. So I'm just going to buff this all over. I used to always use my fingers to put on a primer when I was putting it on myself, but I honestly hate the feel of how it feels on my hands. So I usually would have to go and wash my hands straight afterwards, which is, you know, not always convenient. So now I just put it on with my brush, and I'm actually finding it goes a really long way, and I can definitely still feel where it pulls, like if it doesn't have the product or if there's too much. So I just go in with my foundation brush. Okay, so now the foundation. So it's quite a decent sample, like it's in like a lipstick type tube. If I hold it up a bit further for you so you can actually see it. So yeah, you're going to get a decent amount in there. I can probably tell you how much it is. 5.9 mils, which is decent. So I'm just going to try and get some of this onto the back of my hand. So that's possibly about what I would normally use, I think. And do this with my normal kabuki brush. I've also been trying lately to use a sponge, like the Beauty Blender type sponges, and I just find that I can't get it as perfect as I want it. Like, I definitely feel I have more control with the kabuki brush, and I know everybody, it's, you know, each to your own, but yeah, I just definitely prefer to use this brush. So that blended out quite nice. It's definitely gone out nice and even. I would say that that is a light to medium coverage just with that one layer. It hasn't set down too quickly, which is nice, but I do always do one area at a time just in case, but I have used that product up quite quickly. So I might actually just go back in and put this directly on my face. I don't normally do this either, but I don't want to waste it. Okay, so definitely a nice lightweight foundation, doesn't feel heavy at all on the skin. It is blending out really nicely. Don't forget to go down the neck a little bit. Okay, so that is with one layer on. So I might just bring it in. So there is the first layer. So again, you can still see, you know, like some freckles, and obviously I haven't done under my eyes. Oh, come back, come back. There it is. Right, so there you go. So you can definitely still see all my freckles and things on that side. But I think it's a nice colour and has given a nice coverage. I really feel like this would be like a perfect kind of everyday look, like just with this on its own. It looks really nice. I like that it has taken away my redness, but yeah, hasn't gone all like it's not really thick and cakey. It's beautiful, actually. It looks lovely. So I'm just going to try and layer it now with another layer and see how that looks. Okay, so that is with the second layer on. So now we're definitely talking more medium to full coverage. Again, you can still see some of my freckles, which I like. It's taken away all the redness and it's looking very smooth. So I'll bring you in again. Okay, so there we go. If you stay in focus. So on the forehead there, like honestly, you can barely see anything at all. It's looking great. Nice and smooth around there. Again, I've done no concealer. I haven't set this or anything yet. So no, very much liking this. Right, so I'm just going to jump off camera and finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will be back. Voila, now we have got some face on. Right, and the other thing that I wanted to show you guys was the lipstick that I was talking about. So this is the LipSense by that same company. I think it's called SeneGence. I hope so. But yeah, so this is what I normally use on my clients because it just stays on. It's amazing. Doesn't rub off onto anybody else when you kiss them or onto your glass or anything like that. So they do have like flat shades, and then this particular one that I'm going to use today is a shimmery one. So this color is called Bombshell. So when you put them on, I try to make sure I don't have too much product on it, and then you're meant to just do like a swipe across. So I kind of like that. As you see, I'm not very good at just doing a single swipe. Right, so I kind of wait for that layer to set a little bit, and then I go in with a second layer. So as you can see, it looks quite natural just like that, but I'm just going to go with one more layer just to give it a bit more depth. Right, so now I'm at the stage where it feels still a bit tacky, but it is dried. And so then you go in with the same brand. It's a lip gloss, so this is the Glossy gloss. You can also get like a matte gloss and other like sparkly ones. There's other colours that you can get now too. And then I just do a layer of the gloss over top. So putting that over just removes all of those sticky spots, and it also helps to set it in as far as I know, but yeah, just makes it stay in place. So then all I need to do is take this gloss with me for the day. So the colour will stay, and then you just have this, which is brilliant. So back to the foundation, I am really loving the way that this is looking at the moment. It has set perfectly on my skin. The colour hasn't changed, like it hasn't oxidized and gone a horrible colour, and it was really easy to work with. So I will be back later on today to show you how it is wearing. I do have very oily skin, so not all foundations are perfect for me. This does say for all skin types, so we'll see how it goes. Hi lovelies. Right, so we're now at 6.5 hours of having this makeup on, so I thought it would be a really good time to show you how it's all looking. So as you can see, I've definitely got some shine going on, which is, you know, what happens with my oily skin. And I have to say it's looking quite good. So I do have a bit of it come off my nose because I do wipe my nose, but I think it's looking quite nice. Like, it still looks quite natural. It still looks like my actual skin. It's still got coverage other than my nose area. So I'm just going to blot off the oil and then we'll have another look. Okay, so now that I have blotted off the oil, we can have a better look at how the foundation itself is looking. So I honestly think it's looking really good. Sorry, I can't move too much when I am this close because it can't focus very well, but you can see how it's definitely all in place still on my cheeks, all looking perfect. There's that wrinkle on my forehead and it hasn't moved into that at all. There it is a wee bit on the crease in my chin. When I don't wear makeup very often, I actually get some dryness around my nose, so that is why it's kind of sitting in there and not looking very nice. So if we just kind of ignore all of that, I think it's looking pretty good, yeah, and other than the fact that I've rubbed that off my nose. So I think for 6.5 hours of wearing this makeup, it's looking really good. I just want to point out, this is the tissue that I used to blot it with. So you can see a little bit of the foundation has come off onto the tissue, but it actually hasn't got much transfer at all, and especially considering how long I've been wearing the makeup for. Yeah, everything else seems to be sitting really nicely. Excuse Jacob being around in the background. I'll be back to see you before I take this off tonight. Hi guys, so I'm back. The makeup has now been on for 10.5 hours, which is a pretty decent time for a makeup to be on. So I'll just get up a bit close and show you guys how it's looking. Right, I have done some blotting because I have oily skin, and honestly without doing the blotting all you see is shine. But as you can see, it's still looking pretty good. So I have wiped it off my nose because that's what I do. I always touch my face and end up wiping the makeup off of my nose, so that's what's happened there. I did notice that it's come off my chin, which is not a common thing, but my son is actually really snuggly at the moment, so I think that it was actually from him wiping that could have happened. It also could have been from the blotting, but in all fairness, after I did the blotting, like, this is what my tissue looked like. So there is not much makeup coming off from doing that. It would have had to have been a wipe that would have taken that off. But you can see on my cheeks that it is still looking great, and the forehead is still looking super smooth and in place. So yeah, I really like the way that this is looking. So I just want to let you know too that I haven't touched up the lipstick, so you can see that it's still got some colour there. To be fair, it normally lasts a lot longer than this. I'm trying to think of what I've had that maybe has taken it off, or the way that, maybe it's because I just don't apply it the way that I'm meant to. But I haven't touched it up even with glosses today, so normally I would put gloss on and it would really help to like revitalise it. But yeah, I've just left it as natural today. So as for that foundation, I honestly really like it. I really enjoyed the fact of doing that one layer and how that looked, and it just made it look like my natural skin without all the redness, which is, hello, that's what we want. With the second layer, it definitely gave me the coverage that I like. I just don't know if I like the fact that it has wiped off quite easily, because like I said, I wipe my nose quite a lot, apparently. So yeah, I just want to give it a bit more of a go before I can hit the go button on that one. And potentially it could just be because of my oily skin. So through the T-zone, it seems to have worn off more than anywhere else on my face. So the fact that not much came off onto the tissue, I'm assuming that it's not from the blotting. I'm assuming that it's an actual wipe motion that has taken it off. So thank you so much for tuning in. You know where to find me, and make sure that you subscribe so that you get notifications for my future posts. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram as Robin Thomas Makeup Artist. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!